Today we're visiting Sintra. We're gonna take the train, which will take us around 30 to 40 minutes from Lisbon. Sintra is accessible by train from the capital. You may use the same reloadable public transport card in Lisbon when riding the train to this town. Our first visit to Sintra was dedicated to just familiarizing ourselves with the place, so we decided not to take the public transport to the palace. If you want to do the same, be prepared to hike the winding roads going to the top of the hill. It was indeed a good hike as we enjoy the freshness and beauty of nature along the way. It took us around 30 minutes to come here by foot. There was a long queue in the ticketing area, so we better buy our ticket online before coming here. Oh, there's a lot of people sneezing. The National Palace of Pena is considered as an esteemed jewel in the Sintra Hills, which, on my first close-up view of it, it felt like I entered into a set of a fairy tale movie. This magnificent palace has been the place of dreams for all generations who occupied it. The history of the palace goes back to the 12th century, that time when there was a chapel dedicated to Our Lady of Pena. It is believed that construction occurred after an apparition of the Virgin Mary. On this same place, King Manuel I ordered the construction of the royal monastery of Our Lady of Pena, which was later handed over to the Hieronymite order. In 1755, an earthquake struck Lisbon which highly damaged the monastery. However, even if it was almost in ruins, the monastery remained active. It got only abandoned in 1834 after the abolition of religious orders in Portugal. The building is surrounded by other architectural structures that appeal to the medieval imaginary, such as the parapet paths, the lookout towers, an access tunnel, and even its own drawbridge. The palace integrates architectural references displaying Manueline and Moorish influences that together produce an amazing scenario recalling 1001 Nights. The vibrant colors of the palace dominate the thick shades of green of the surrounding park and more often hidden in the mist, which is a normal phenomenon in the Sintra Hills. The Castle of the Moors is located near the Pena Palace. This hilltop medieval castle was built by the Moors in the 8th and 9th centuries during the period of Muslim Iberia. After the fall of Lisbon in 1147, it was taken by the Christian forces. Together with the Palace of Pena, it is classified as a national monument, part of the Sintra Cultural Landscape, and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. For centuries, Pena was a small, quiet place for meditation, housing at most 18 monks. The interiors of the Pena Palace were tailored serving as the summer residence of the royal family. It has magnificent stuccos, painted walls in trompe-l'œil, and various revetments in tile from the 19th century, which are part of the several royal collections. In keeping with the king's interest as a collector, he planted 3 species from every continent, and in the process, making the 85 hectares of the Park of Pena as the most important arboretum existing in Portugal. Has an intentional mixture of eclectic styles which include the Neo-Gothic, Neo-Manueline, Neo-Islamic, and Neo-Renaissance, styles which are much in accordance with the exotic taste of the Romanticism. This palace became one of Portugal's most visited monuments. Though the colors of the facades faded through time, by the end of the 20th century, it was repainted and the original colors got restored. The Palace of Pena is a national monument and ranks as the single most important site in the cultural landscape of Sintra. It was listed under the UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1995 and is one of the 7 wonders of Portugal. In 2013, the National Palace of Pena became a member of the European Royal Residence Network.